There are some debates which never seem to end. For example, the debate between saying is it a scone or a scone? Is Messi or Ronaldo better? Will I ever make a video not in a monotonous tone? And the debate if Oasis will ever get back together due to the constant bickering between Noel and Liam Gallagher. Oasis, originally formed in 1991 in Manchester, consisted of Noel and Liam Gallagher, Bonehead, and a variety of bass guitarists and drummers. Oasis as a band brought the Gallagher brothers fame and fortune on a scale unforetold. They fought at the front of the Britpop scene, all whilst along being forever cursed with now performing Wonderwall or having it awkwardly played to them anywhere they go. Oasis carried out some of the most iconic performances in the past 40 years of British rock and roll, with notable performances such as Main Road and Nebworth, branding them as musical geniuses. To some anyway. They were on their sure way to join the ranks of legendary British bands such as the Beatles, the Rolling Stones and Queen. But shock horror, they were always scrapping with each other. And they ended up splitting up after one kerfuffle too many. And some years after, we're now at the stage where both Liam and Noel have successful solo careers. But the debate of an Oasis reunion always kind of lingers. And it's constantly reignited through various statements that the two come out with. But the main issue is that both of them, while still legends, is that they spew an unlawful amount of back-ended garbage, which can cause issues when trying to decipher who has actually said what. And that can mean only one thing, and I'm pretty sure you've guessed it. It's time for a game of Which Idiot Said It? I was going to try and do a Manc accent for this, but I thought it would be a bit too offensive to certain people, so I'm just going to go with my regular accent. Feel free to play along at home. I can't swim. I can have a bath and that. I'm alright in the hot tub, but put me in the ocean and I'm gone. That was, of course, Liam Gallagher. He's like a man with a fork in a world of soup. That was Noel Gallagher. I can't envisage the morning I wake up and think I'd like to spend 2 years on the road arguing all around the world with him. That was Noel. I think we're both a problem, and the problem is that he thinks he is not the problem. That was good old LG. And finally, without my voice, he would still be ironing Clint Boone's knickers. That was Liam Gallagher. So, coming back to the main point though, why isn't this reunion happening? Well, maybe it's better to examine the things which often do cause reunions. Common Factor tends to look at things such as increased album sales, chasing fame and ego, brand revival of the band, establishing a legacy as well, and of course, money. But when you actually take a look at Noel and Liam Gallagher, you can instantly say that neither brother is really lacking in these departments. I mean, not really. Liam Gallagher has 4 #1 albums, has been selling out tours and recently selling out Nebworth again. Whilst Noel Gallagher also has 4 #1 albums and is on the circuit playing festivals such as Glastonbury Mainstage earlier this year. Both seem content with the amount of money in their pockets too. I mean, it was reflected in this Radio X article. Noel was stating that Oasis still sell just as many records as they had done before, and that as a result of this, forming Oasis to him seems pretty much pointless. So if that's the case, you're gonna have to whittle down the logical argument of why Oasis would reform to 2 potential factors. Fraternal love, that's brotherly love, and legacy. Now, you could, to be honest, already argue that they've cemented a legacy, and that Oasis returning has the potential to taint the legacy they've already left. I mean, in the Supersonic film, Noel Gallagher himself said he wished they'd disappeared into a puff of smoke after Nebworth, and therefore they'd retain this golden image of their best days. But on the other hand, if they came back, sold out all major stadiums, and absolutely killed it for one last big hurrah, they definitely go down as one of the greatest bands ever. But again, there's that risk of it going very wrong easily. There could be a string of bad performances. Tempers and egos could flare up again. So maybe this is the lesser of the 2 reasons why the reunion would happen. Most likely thing for Oasis to reform to me is simply going to be brotherly love. A rebuilding of a very, very, very burnt bridge. Liam has said plenty of times he wants to rekindle the relationship with his brother. Mostly for the sake of his mum though. However, this might not bode too well in the harassing tweets as a knee-jerk response to anything Noel says a lot of the time, even if Noel is being a miserable spanner. It doesn't help anything. I mean, on a material basis, or even a performance basis, they've got more than anyone could need. Liam Gallagher's still selling out Nebworth. Noel Gallagher's still selling out his tours. They're both still getting #1 albums. And they've got all the money in the world. So really, again, it's just down to the luck of the draw for the perfect timing of if they both fancy it. And they'd have to be getting along at the same time. And they'd also have to be in a space where they're compatible in a musical and a performative space. Which, to be honest with you, doesn't look like a great chance they're going to reform. To be honest, from my perspective, I think it'd just be nice to see them together as a family unit again. I'd be far more interested seeing what they had to say to each other in person, rather than an Oasis reunion at this point. I think it'd be great to see Liam and Noel sit down and maybe be interviewed by one of their mates or mutual friends that they have at somewhere like Radio X, where they always seem a bit more relaxed in their interviews. It'd just be nice to see the brothers back together again. But who knows? Maybe we never will. Or maybe it's closer than we even realise. And on that note, I'll say ta-ra for now, and I'll see you later.